Online responsibility is an issue freshly emerging in the education world. With the ever-changing fast pace that technology progresses, how are school districts and teachers able to prepare students for the online world?
The dictionary defines responsibility as a fact of having a duty to deal with or of having control over someone or something. Essentially, online responsibility in the education world comes down to safety safety among teachers, peers, and within the classroom. To fully understand the dire need for better online responsibility, we must go back 2 decades and see how drastically technology has advanced in just our lifetime.
1998 was the beginning of online interactions. Google had just been founded, email and instant messengers were the up-and-coming ways of online communication, and online activity was so new that threats online weren't that big of an issue.
2004. Social networks started to take off with the founding of Facebook, the professional founding of LinkedIn, WordPress, and Wikipedia. But many were still unaware of the internet and social media movement that was about to take off.
Just 2 short years later, TiVo introduced recordable TV, renting movies at Blockbusters was a weekly errand, and the iPod was first released. The Trio 650 was the smartphone of choice.
2010. DVRs were common in most households, and the release of the iPhone completely redefined the idea of a smartphone. Having the internet in the palm of your hand was a large point of interest in the idea of online responsibility.
Fast forward to today, and we have cell phones with more computing power than a laptop. Most people have at least half a dozen social media applications at any given time. Streaming movies and TV shows has become the norm, and suddenly online responsibility has quickly become an important point of interest in homes and classrooms.
Nowadays, it seems like the internet is almost impossible to avoid. We need it to check social media sites, to look up questions we have or information we need. We need it to look up directions, and to complete and submit homework assignments.
But when it comes to education, what we do and post on the internet can come with some serious consequences.
If we are irresponsible online, your privacy can be violated by endless information with something as simple as a Google search.
With social media, others can post about you anonymously, which can lead to cyberbullying.
Cyberbullying includes the use of cell phones, instant messaging, chat rooms, or social networking sites to harass, threaten, or intimidate someone.
There are fine lines of whether or not something is okay to post online, and more often than not, people are unaware of what their private settings are set to.
This leads to the importance of realizing that nothing is ever actually deleted.
But the main issue being addressed here is that the internet users are unaware of how to be safe online. This is especially important in education.
The majority of the people who cyberbullying affects are students. Irresponsible online behavior can lead to them being cyberbullied, which can make the student feel insecure and unsafe in their school environment. There's also the possibility that the students themselves can be the cyberbully who taunt and make fun of their peers.
However, responsibility online doesn't only apply to students, it affects teachers as well. Teachers also need to be aware of how they present themselves online. Anyone can see what they post, including students, their staff members, and their students' parents.
Teachers also have to deal with being cyberbullied by their students. Students are free to say whatever they like about their teachers thanks to the social media sites.
Teachers also have to deal with the cyberbullied students themselves.
Moving forward, what can we do to help improve online responsibility? The answer is simply to teach and educate teachers and students.
Internet safety is a big lesson that is important to the successful education of online responsibility. It is vital that they are taught not to give up personal information, not to talk with people that they don't know, and to keep their passwords private.
This basic lesson extends through the rest of their online use with sites like blogs and social medias.
Secondly, students must be taught the importance of thinking before they post. Is their post true, helpful, inspiring, necessary, and kind? Asking themselves these questions before clicking post will help students become aware of cyberbullying and help put a stop to it.
Using technology and the internet productively in the classroom lets students learn these lessons hands-on. Having students follow a trending hashtag or tweet post relevant to a recent class discussion using a specific hashtag allows students to learn to use Twitter in a new way. Forums let the students ask each other questions, help one another, and gain insight on a topic of the class. LinkedIn accounts prepares them for resume writing in the job world, and journals to blog and can teach students about what is appropriate for the web and what isn't.
All in all, to successfully portray good online responsibility, the behavior we must teach students and parents and teachers, and how to use the technology with safety in mind.